Eighth graders, this is to help you with question 8 on CR 19. It says, look at the rectangle. The rectangle is a 4 by 12. Which figure is similar to the rectangle? Okay, to be similar, sides are in proportion, and corresponding sides are in proportion. And corresponding angles are congruent. All right. So as I look here for similar, and then it says, which criteria did you use for similarity? Okay, that's the criteria. What transformation produced a similar figure? Okay, good. I can handle this. This will be a much quicker one than problem 7. Okay, so for similar figures, already as I look at this, this is a square, this is a rectangle. They're going to be the same shape, just a different size if they're similar. But sides are in proportion. So now I say, oh, well, let's see, which of these could be similar? As I look at this, I know 2 times 2 gets me to 4. Well, 12 times 2 would get me to 24. So I don't think it's figure 3. I'm thinking it's figure 1. Let me show you that it's definitely figure 1. We'll call this the width, and we'll call this side here the length. So on the new rectangle, I'm going to call the shorter length here the width, and I'm going to call the longer side here the length. So corresponding sides are in proportion. So there's several ways to do this. So for our criteria, I'm going to show corresponding sides are in proportion. A proportion just shows that 2 fractions are equivalent. So let's take a look. I'm going to do the width of my little rectangle. This is my smaller rectangle. I could have said original. Little rectangle. I'm going to go to the length of my little rectangle. More than one way to set up these proportions. And I have to show that the width of my little to the length of my little, so the width of my little is 4, the length of my little is 12. I have to show that that's equal to the width of my larger rectangle to the, if I chose to put my width on top here, I'll put width on top here, to the length of my larger rectangle. So I have to show that 4/12 is the same as 6/18. That would mean the sides are in proportion. So let's see, if I simplified each of these down to simplest form. 4/12. 4 goes into both of those. I could divide top and bottom of that by 4. So that's a 1/3. 6/18. If I simplify that down, divide by 6, divide by 6. That's 6 divided by 6 is 1. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 1/3 equals 1/3. Those sides are in proportion. That's what that means. Those sides are in proportion. 4 times 3 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. I could have also shown that 4 times 1.5 is 6. And 12 times 1.5 is 18. That would have been the other way to go about it. And then the other criteria I'd use would be my second. So this is my second criteria. Corresponding angles are congruent. And now, oops, sorry. This is not my morning. Okay, So those are the two criteria for part C. What transformation produced the similar figures? I'm going to get real specific. I'm going to say a dilation with a scale factor of 1.5 because 4 times 1.5 gets you to 6. If I take 4 and I multiply by 1.5, I'll get to 6. And if I take 12 times 1.5, I'll get to 18. That's how I know that my dilation has a scale factor of 1.5. All right, I hope that helps. That's letter D. Part D.